I believe there's a demonic spirit inside these black men that want to hurt black women. No matter what good you say about black women, they do not like them. They got an excuse for everything. And you see how there's a group of men that get together to hate black women, saying they would attack a black woman if she get in his face, that they ain't gonna walk away. If she wanna run up on a man, I'ma hit her. It sounds very sassy and sissy. Me as a man, I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna turn my cheek and go the other way. Because if you give it no energy, it doesn't have no power. So if a woman is mad at you, you can't walk away. You gotta strike first. So a big old strong man hitting a woman that he's stronger than, that makes him a man, right? Black women have so much power, y'all men can't stand for her to look good. You can't stand for her to have confidence. You can't stand for her to look good. The devil got these black men targeting black women. And you know black women carry that gene now can make any color. And black women are the main ones that giving birth to all these smart, intelligent people. But I think the black men that want to hurt black women, they the bad seed. Just like Cain and Abel. Good seed, one bad seed. And the ones that want to hurt women, those are the bad seed. Those are the Cains you got to watch out for. Because when you turn your back, they will strike. And there's some good men just like Abel out here. And there's a bunch of Abels out here. They'll love a woman, show compassion, understand a woman, listen to a woman, be romantic. The devil don't like that. And the devil using the weak ones. You know what I'm saying? The one that ain't got no sense. The one that went through a lot of traumatic experiences. The one that are going through insecurities and depression. They're going through a lot. So it's easy to put the blame on somebody. And he making them blame the black woman. That's all he's doing. I mean, look at how they act. Just look at like little demons on a mission to target black women.
What y'all was doing? Fuck all that. I was just sitting here thinking about the fact that I want my money. And if you black, I want you to have your money too. Let me explain something to you, baby. If you just sit and think about how lucrative slavery was for everybody except for black people, it'll make you so mad you just want to go slap the hell out of the first wealthy Caucasian person you see. But I'm not here to incite violence. I'm here to do a little math. Now, it's multiple ways that we could look at this because it's multiple ways that the Europeans profited off of us being slaves. For example, let's take my boy Stephen Duncan, for example. Now, Stephen Duncan had over 2,200 slaves, baby, and he did have them picking cotton. Now, the average healthy male slave was expected to pick 200 pounds of cotton a day. Let's say for the hell of it, he didn't even have all 22 of them picking cotton. Let's say he had 500 men picking cotton. 500 men picking 200 pounds of cotton a day each. That's 100,000 pounds of cotton a day, baby. Now let's do the math. Now what I do know is that from the year 1863 to 1864, the price of cotton went from 10 cents a pound to a whopping $1.89 a pound. So if he had 500 niggas picking 200 pounds of cotton a day, that's 100,000 pounds of cotton in one day. Let's say he had them doing that for 30 days straight. That's $189,000 he was making off of them a day. That's $5.6 million in 1 month. Now, today's price was not yesterday's price or the day before that, meaning the value was different. That would have easily been over $150 million made in 1 year. That's their generational wealth. Their generational wealth was built off the backs of our ancestors. But let's take it a step further. That's looking at the money off the back end. Let's look at the front end. Because they made money the moment they brought us to this bitch. We were product in itself. They made money off of us. The average slave was going for $1,000. So out of 12 million, let's say about only 10 million of them survived. So you killed about 2 million of us off just on the way to this bitch. Then the 10 million that made it here, Brazil took about half of them, baby. Brazil was having a field day. Brazil had over 5.5 million of the African slaves that came. So America only got a little ass percentage. America had 600,000 slaves. 600,000 slaves times 1,000, baby, that's $600 million that America made by bringing us here. That's just off the front. That's before we even did any work. And then you take that 600,000 that you had and you breed them. You fuck them and you rape them and you make them start fucking each other and you make them have babies. And then you can then sell those babies and make them have hundreds of thousands and more of them, and you can sell those. And that's more money on the back. Y'all, they make so much money. Now, I ain't never been good at math. That's why I use a calculator. Y'all know history and science is my strong point. But I say all this to say, the Europeans been in a bag. They was in a bag during slavery and they made a bag and we didn't get a dime. So I feel like it's time we get a piece of the pie, if not the whole motherfucking thing, bitch. Run us our reparations. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So I'm at the gym, everybody, and this just came across the news. People are
They're following the big banks. They're following the institutional money. What are the big banks doing right now? They have all filed with the SEC to get ETFs. BlackRock, JP Morgan, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Citadel, they have all filed with our government to allow their customers to get cryptocurrencies through them. When, assuming that this gets approved by our government, when the SEC says, yep, you can open these ETFs, bring the cryptocurrency to your customers, trillions of dollars will flood into the blockchain, and it will signal to the world that these assets are safe to invest in. And once that happens, the bull market will take off. And by that time, the largest transfer of wealth will have just taken place. It's not to say that you won't be able to make any money by getting onto the blockchains afterwards, but by getting in before these institutional dollars do, you will be so happy if you make that move. This is not financial advice. This is to say, start educating yourself about the blockchain. When you understand the absolute magnitude of this technology, you will understand why it is not going to be disappearing ever. And the what you need to understand is how to function on the decentralized networks. And I see why people are so confused when I say this word decentralized, because on the news you hear the word decentralized used as it refers to, let's take, for example, the coin, Bitcoin, for example, that the technology in its essence was developed to be decentralized, where there is no broker, third party, or intermediary needed. But most people are not functioning, interacting with the ecosystem in that way because they are functioning on a third-party platform like Coinbase, Kraken, or Binance.us. If you are on the centralized exchanges, recognize you are not an accredited investor. Those coins are not in your hands. And if you are on the decentralized exchanges, you are the bank. The money is in your custody.